Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. We are approaching 42,000 subscribers, which means I'm doing another giveaway. If you're not subscribed, then you're missing out on tons of opportunities to get free silver shipped right to your front doorstep. You heard me correctly, plus I post daily videos. You can't get much better than that. I'm also doing a 45,000 subscriber silver giveaway, 47,000, 50,000, and a lot more after that. So being a subscriber is a no-brainer. Now, this video is very important because a lot of people, I think, underestimate silver, underestimate its potential. The Reddit short squeeze, for example, a lot of people thought that silver failed between that 2-3 day period when the price didn't jump from like $20 to $1,000 or $30 to $1,000, which is crazy because these people didn't understand why silver has real value. They thought the only reason silver would go that high, or the only reason silver has potential, is if we short squeezed it. See, we've been talking about silver's true value for years, 5 years on this channel. Regardless if that short squeeze happened or not, I would still be making videos talking about silver's potential. But it's almost like people jumped on the silver train just in that instance and jumped straight off the train right after it quote-unquote failed, which it didn't fail. That was actually a seed that was planted showing tons and tons of people silver's true potential, that it does have value, that it can be a real investment. And that's also why these articles are starting to be more bullish. People are realizing that silver is just as, if not better than gold. The gold to silver ratio has dropped nearly like 60, 70 points since last March. It was 125 to 1. Now we see it down 69 to 1, and it's still dropping. And there's a lot more room to drop, meaning that silver is a much more profitable investment than gold. Hence, my name is Silver Slayer, not Gold Slayer. Now, not to say that gold isn't a very great investment, right? You can fit $100,000 of gold in a shoebox. You can't do that with silver. So there are benefits with gold. Silver just has more opportunity. It's more affordable, and silver is an industrial metal plus a monetary metal. So it's the best of both worlds. Gold only benefits if the economy's in bad shape. Silver benefits if the economy's in bad or good shape. Plus, not only that, we're needing silver more as we advance technologically with the green energy, 5G technology, silver lithium-ion batteries, and space equipment, right? So many things. So many things, even electric vehicles. So I don't think people, or if people understood silver's true value, then we can get a better understanding. And that's why I like making videos like this. It's not going to be overnight. We're not going to short squeeze silver from $30 to $1,000 within a couple of months like some people were thinking. I posted a poll on my channel a couple months ago asking people when they thought silver would hit $100, and the majority said 1 to 6 months, which is very alarming because that's way too short. Silver isn't Bitcoin. It's a much different market. It comes out of the ground, supply and demand. Now, yes, Bitcoin is also mined, not from the dirt, but from the blockchain, but it still is completely different. Bitcoin is solely off speculation. How much money comes in, how much money comes out. Silver is a little bit different. Supply and demand, fundamentals of mining, so much more. It's so vast, and there is speculation coming into it, which makes it even more complicating. Plus, you have the SLV ETF side of it. It can get very confusing, but the fundamentals are supply and demand, and that's what makes silver so solid, so safe, because we can't just short squeeze silver and try to push the price up all of a sudden, because it has real principles, real fundamentals, and that's why I invest into it. That's why it's so safe. Because it has intrinsic value. Has intrinsic value. No matter who says that 1 ounce coin is worth what, that's regardless, because the value of the coin isn't the price tag attached to it. The value of the coin is the metal content inside of it. That right there, if you understand that, then you will never look at silver the same. If you understand silver's true value, you'll never look at silver the same. You'll never look at $26 an ounce silver and say that's a little too pricey. And if someone's talking about $50 silver, then you would also say that's not too pricey. Even $100 silver. Think about silver 30 years from now. Do you think the price is still going to be $26? Think about silver 50 years from now, 100 years from now, 200 years from now. We look at things from such a short-minded perspective that we forget about the bigger picture. We forget how much this pandemic only happened a little more than a year ago. Look how much has changed. Think about in 5 years from now. Think about where the dollar is going to be in 5 years. Think about where the silver shortage is going to be. Think about how much more money we're going to be excessively spending. Think about all of that. And then incorporate silver's price. Now, I want to pose the question to you again. When do you think silver realistically will hit $100? Probably about 6 months ago, a couple of big reputable sources talked about their bullishness for silver, talking about $50, $100 silver by the end of the year. So, we still have around 6-7 months for that to happen. Now, $50 silver is definitely realistic in 7 months. That's a pretty long time, right? $100 silver, that is possible, but I don't think it would stay at $100. If it did hit that would be way too overbought. It would fall pretty fast if it did hit that. $50 silver, I could see it hitting that and staying there. Now, when I ask when do you think silver is going to hit $100, the time frame, I also want you to explain why. It's pretty pointless if you just say, 2 years. Explain why 2 years is your answer. Is it because of stimulus? Is it because of the recovery rate of this virus? Is it because of the dollar? Is it because what is it? What is your reason? I think realistically, silver hitting $100 would probably be in three years. That's probably the perfect number for me. I would say 4, but 3 years is a very long time, and especially how intense, how extreme times are right now with the global pandemic, I would say 3. In a year from now, silver could definitely build stability at $50. And this is all my opinion, by the way, right? This is all my opinion. Everyone is allowed to have their own opinion. And right now, we're all just throwing out educated guesses. And I'm going to tell you the educated part about my guess. We can definitely compare this back to 2008 to 2011. So it's a 3-year time frame when silver hit $50. Started at $9 in 2008, hit $50 3 years later in 2011. A very similar situation was happening back then. Credit crisis, recession/depression, billion-dollar stimulus. Now we had $11 silver in March, recession/depression, credit crisis, trillion-dollar stimulus, and a global pandemic. So if that led silver to $50 back then it's looking like it's definitely going to break through previous all-time highs now. It took 3 years back then. 3 years, from $9 silver to $50 silver. It took 3 years. So if March is the starting point when it was $11, then it would probably be around 3 years. But the global pandemic does speed things up. Plus, we have trillions of dollars in stimulus and the green energy revolution. So it could be a quicker time frame than the 3 years that it took back then. But I'm still going to minimalize my guess because I don't want to mislead people. I don't want to give people false hope. But that's probably the most realistic time frame. Now, if you are someone who's only trying to invest in silver for a year, try to just get rich quick, then you're in it for the wrong reason. You're probably going to lose money. And if you don't want to wait, if you're not patient enough for 3 years, then precious metals just isn't your thing. You should probably go to Bitcoin, honestly. It takes patience. When do you plan on selling? If you don't plan on selling for 10, 15, 20 years, then why in the world would you want the price to go up? And then, you would want the price to stay low for the next 10, 15, 20 years so you can buy as much silver as you can right now, lowering your dollar per ounce average. I don't know why people need validation if they're not selling right now. The only time you would want silver prices to go high right now, the only time you would be happy if silver prices go high is if you're about to sell. But if you're not planning on selling, then you don't want the prices to go high. When the prices start to go high, you should actually be mad. If you went to the store and wanted to buy a pair of shoes, and the shoes are way too expensive, or the shoes went up in price, would you be happy? No, because you have to pay more money. But if you go to the store the next week and the shoes are on a discount, wouldn't you be happy? For some reason, investing is the opposite. If the price is down, less people buy, and they're calling it bearish and a bad investment. But when the price is high and they have to pay more money, they look at it like it's a great thing. It's so interesting how that works. And it's probably because media, friends, family, YouTube videos, news articles are all talking about silver when the price is rising, right? Everyone's talking about it, and people jump on the hype train. Plus, they have validation that prices can be profitable. So, I don't know. It's definitely an educated guess. If you can mix in the charts with the economy, look at some of the patterns, especially sprinkle in some speculation, I think you can get a pretty good idea on where silver prices are going to be. In the short term, they're going to be everywhere. I just covered a video about that earlier today, talking about the volatility, how the economy is unstable, so the prices aren't going to be stable. And that's just something you got to learn with. Right now, prices may be bearish for a while, but just use that as an opportunity to buy silver for cheaper. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you thought this video was educational, informational, at least entertaining, make sure to smash that like button. I post daily videos every single day, giving you guys the newest, latest information of what's happening in the world of precious metals, why the prices are acting that way, but most importantly, what you should do about it. You got to stay up to date, and I got y'all. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.